Hello, everyone. Welcome to podcast 4.
Still not cancelled.
Still going. So, thank you, everyone who's watched the first 3 episodes. We've had a few different ideas, a few different formats, and we're trying something slightly different today as well. So you'll notice that we have a
brand new podcast studio.
Brand new studio. Tristan's lounge. Tristan, what are we here to talk about today?
So I think with this particular episode, we're going to do a roundup on a few things. Obviously, PWBA has reached its conclusion for the 2025 season. So we're going to talk a little bit about the Pepsi Open. And we're also going to talk about the Tour Championship.
Cool. Sounds good to me.
We're also going to cover the PBA Sweden Badger edition that was held in Stockholm. We are also going to do a quick roundup because we have Youth Triple Crown coming up at Stroud in
this week.
Yeah,
this week
it starts this week.
So when people are watching this on Wednesday, when we go live, Wednesday is first day, I believe.
First day, so we'll have opening ceremony and bits and pieces.
It'll all be on top of us. So
nice.
Yeah, exciting times.
And then there's also a couple of things that have happened.
We have a little bit of breaking news, I think is the way they do it on Sky.
Do we start with breaking news?
I think perhaps we start with the breaking news, seeing as we film, as in the last couple of hours, European Bowling Federation have put out a press release, or whatever you want to describe it.
A shocker.
Well, I don't know if it's a shocker. It's perhaps sort of going back on what's been said before, but they've written to various people and put this out live. So I'll read it as it's written, shall I?
Yeah, because I've got opinions on this.
Okay, that's good. So it says to bowling ball manufacturers, EBT/EBT youth hosts or potential hosts and others of interest. The alignment of EBT ball regulations with IBF standards /USBC approved balls. What it states is this: Dear all, in alignment with the current ball regulations established by the International Bowling Federation IBF, the European Bowling Federation EBF will adopt the same standards for all European Bowling Tour EBT and EBT youth tournaments. This decision ensures consistency across all competitions governed by both the IBF and EBF. As a result, all bowling balls listed on the approved ball list at bowl.com website will be eligible for use. The 78D hardness rule will no longer be accepted at any EBT tour stop, unless the event is officially sanctioned as part of the Professional Bowlers Association, PBA. These changes will take effect as follows: the EBT starting from the 2026 season and the EBT Youth Tour starting from the 2025-2026 season. So it must be starting later this year.
Yeah.
Thank you all for your understanding and cooperation. Cooperation. Yeah. Regards, Valgeir, President, European Bowling Federation.
Now, I know obviously in our episode 2 podcast when we talked about urethane, we're both pro-urethane. There's no hiding that fact.
No.
Okay? But do I think the 78-day rule is a good thing? Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Why?
The 78-day rule isn't a terrible thing to have in place, yeah? Even with the PBA going as far as to say you can't use a urethane bowling ball that's over 2 years old, yeah? Because at least we have some sort of definitive kind of governance, just going, as long as it's got a serial number that's in date, it's good for use. That is reasonably easy to manage, yeah?
Okay.
78D hardness, it's all right, yeah? It's worked well. Yeah.
So
I think what
PBA...
we're going to get because of this is complete disparity between no urethane opens, or no urethane events becoming increasingly popular with the people who don't like urethane.
So how are you going to be able to hold an event that says no urethane?
Well,
you can't do that letter says, or that announcement states that as any ball that is listed on bowl.com,
it's fine.
approved ball list is fine to use in competition. Therefore, no tournament manager running under the EBT and IBF rules can state, no urethane or 78D hardness rule.
Well,
otherwise, you are effectively removing, certain balls from play. And because there isn't enough testing, because we don't do any testing, we haven't necessarily agreed, as a governing body, as a whole sport, that we have the right equipment to test our equipment. There isn't testing going on every 6 months or something. How do we know whether the Purple Hammer or any other ball, right? Any other ball that lives in England, right, all year round, okay, versus a ball that lives in Iceland all year round, or a ball that lives in Korea all year round. How do we know that they're going to change in the same way?
No, you can't. And I think this decision, albeit, an interesting one, is certainly going to get some heat, but it's the easiest way to manage.
Well, I think the 78D was ill-advised at lower than PBA.
Because let's face it, right? A lot of the bowlers in the UK, in Europe, who have aspirations of going on to the PBA tour, use the EBT to kind of get ready. Yeah. Am I competitive on an EBT? Okay, I've won 2 or 3 titles. I can probably take the leap and start the investment into competing on the PBA tour and hopefully becoming competitive. If we look back at all of the UK players, for example, that have won EBTs and then gone on to be successful in terms of the PBA, Stu Williams, Don Barrett.
Both pre-current urethanes.
Pre-current urethane, yeah. Okay, so then we're looking at the likes of Ben Robinson. Yeah, I think is probably one of the only ones that's won multiple titles and is probably going to be making the leap soon in modern urethane times.
Maybe in modern urethane.
Yeah, but then when we're looking at, I know obviously we've got the Pepsi Open on at the moment, and it is getting to a rather critical point of this game, which I do want to talk about. But even the likes of Dan Harding, Kallum Peach, they're going over there, making cuts, having some success in this modern urethane world, and I would imagine that at some point those guys are going to want to go across. Dan obviously doesn't have a problem being with Motive, Motive UK with Lee Cocker, so he doesn't have an issue with the urethane thing. He's just performing on top of it, essentially. He's doing well, right? Peachy, obviously is now a free agent in terms of the balls that he can roll, so he's getting to experiment with more equipment.
Okay, so what are we actually saying? Are we saying that we
I'm pro
because of one particular ball that supposedly has a softening issue, right? The PBA made a decision based on some testing. Now, was and has every single ball that's ever been made been tested in the same way? How do we know that others don't change? And I think it's a very difficult thing to do and very difficult thing to manage.
It's 100% a difficult thing to manage because there was this issue with the Trend 2, the UFO alert, and a couple of other balls that were too soft.
Yeah.
And those are reactives.
Yeah.
And they're too soft.
Yeah.
And then all of those, all of a sudden, are not.
They're not on the approved list any longer.
So ultimately, here's a, not my opinion, just playing devil's advocate. Why is that still on the list? If it's, other balls, reactive balls have been done for measuring lower than a minimum hardness rule.
Good point. If anyone knows the answer, let us know.
What is your opinion on this? Viewers of social media land, right? What do you think about this decision? Are you pro-urethane and leave it as it is? Pro-urethane but like a little bit of governance, because at the end of the day, both options, at the end of the day, it's pro-urethane, leave it alone, then that's going to continue to sell, and we're still going to see 150 balls registered at every European tournament, right? If it's 78D and there's, you have they have to have a serial number that's less than 2 years old, you're still going to sell bowling balls, yeah? Because every year you're going to have to replace certain bowling balls, yeah?
Yep.
And actually, what's wrong with that? When we're looking at it from a business sense, balls are still being sold. So I'm kind of leaning more like, don't get me wrong, I like the purple, I love rolling it, it's lovely. But at the same point in time, I competed on, Lucky Larson a couple of times, and I don't mind the 78D roll. At the end of the day, I like the way the 78Ds roll. I use a tank yellow jacket because that's the ball I had, and I tell you what, it looked great for the first 5 shots, and then I...
Okay, so
you know what I mean?
I mean, ultimately, the rules are there for regarding what they are when they're made. So the softness rule or the hardness rule, whichever way you want to describe it, is about what are they at when they're effectively tested prior to being released, to the market. Whether they change afterwards. And the problem I have is that we don't have any way of consistently and fairly, even necessarily properly scientifically testing what happens with every other ball. So why is 73? And who is determined that 73 is fair? I believe it used to be a little bit higher or a little bit lower. I can't remember now, but that's an opinion of a group of people, who are making the rules. Why the numbers? I know why they have chosen 78D as the thing, because I'm led to believe that when they did the testing that they did in the championships or USBC championships or whatever it was, that they found that, some were 5 points lower than 73. Therefore, they're thinking, well, if the worst that happens is a 5-point softening, starting at 78 and softening to 73 means it remains. But I think we need to have proper testing and proper, understanding of what really happens to bowling balls, in different environments as well.
So here's a controversial opinion. Is this just EBF going, do you know what? We've got no way of policing this, and we've already lost major sponsors of particular events.
Possibly.
And actually, it just isn't worth our time.
Possibly.
We're not going to win.
It makes it more sensible. Now,
I
mean, we're getting to why the PWBA not done the 78.
Verity finished second throwing a fast pitch, and was very public on Facebook about how she put a post which was just, I love urethane. Yeah.
Well, a critical moment with this game is
so this was the absolute it was a bloody brilliant shot.
It's a great shot.
So once again, Nora has made another step ladder final. Yeah. It was only a few weeks ago that we were talking about her making her first.
One. She's made another one very quickly afterwards.
Very quick succession. After a short break home in Sweden, she's flown back out, and here she is once again. This is unfortunately,
sadly, that 10 pin has effectively cost her progression to the final match. This is,
100%. It was
the
a
semi-final game.
Shot.
So,
once again, she's rolling the ball as well as she possibly can in a high pressure environment, bowling against probably one of the greatest bowlers to date, Liz Johnson. I know people talk about Liz Johnson stories. Now Nora's got hers. Everybody's got a Liz Johnson story where you get beat by, how long's Liz been about?
Well, probably 30 years. I don't know. Maybe that's a bit unfair. But
another great shot from Nora there. Yeah.
Seems like either her body position's altered very slightly from normal. Her swing direction has changed because the follow through on those couple of shots seem to have gone to the side of the head rather than under the head, which is a bit more normal for her. So it's something interesting to understand why. Was it an axis rotation reason, or was it something else?
Nora, we'd really appreciate it if you'd sort of maybe have a chat with us about it. That'd be great.
Cool.
So this shot, I feel so bad for you, Nora. This shot was not a good shot from Liz. Yeah, you'll see what I mean. Like, super light into the pocket, just mixes them all up. That
you can almost tell from her body language that she thought she'd missed.
She didn't like that.
Yeah, she didn't really like it. So,
is it a lucky shot? Was it an unlucky defeat for Nora? I think this is almost a rite of passage, isn't it?
It was a bit. It was effectively a bit lucky because it was an off hit. You know, you could argue the same way. Nora's 10-pin was an off hit. However, it was a better hit than that hit.
Yeah.
So,
Nora, just keep doing what you're doing, girl. Because honestly, you are throwing some fantastic shots in really high pressure situations, and like your time will come. Yeah.
We want the Europeans to do well. We want 100%. European women to do well, particularly so that more of our youth and more of our women, wanting to make the trip to America to compete. So
hats off to Liz at the end of the day, having an open in the 4th frame and then being able to, link 6 strikes together. That is what you need to do. It's not over until the last frame. It goes back into the mental game. Nora, that shot there, you can tell she's like, oh God. Yeah. Liz needs 3 pins here to take it.
Yeah.
And
stayed on the lane, and that was enough.
Liz do Liz things and repeats it. High flush shot to finish. Takes 10 out, and that's it. I felt so bad.
She knows she was lucky.
Yeah.
You could see.
Crikey.
You could see that.
Like, so. I'm gonna call it. That is the last time Nora will face Liz in a semi-final match. Yeah.
Probably.
Liz has done such a good job.
What was that? The Pepsi Open.
That's Pepsi Open.
The Pepsi Open. Then the following event was the Tour Finals, and our own English representative, Verity, made the championship match.
Yep.
Bowled some brilliant blocks along the way, including 299 and a block of 8 wins without defeat in the match play round, which I believe is the first time in at least for a long, long time. So she qualified second and won her match in the step ladder final, 230 odd, and then played Shannon Bluchowski in the final in the championship match.
Yeah.
Sadly came a little bit short and came second, but what a great event. And
it was indeed. Yeah.
So
I know you wanted to talk about earnings and things, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm just going to refer to my notes so that I get them accurate. But I think so. I want to sort of not have a rant, but effectively, okay.
Let's have a rant.
Sponsors, please, sponsors, please just find as much money as you can to support these athletes. They deserve a lot more than they get.
Yeah.
And we, the PBA as well. That requires more money to help our game. If we have a richer pro tour, male and female, then it helps the whole of the game because there's more incentive for young kids to, an adult, their parents to, pay for tournaments, pay for coaching, and splash out effectively and invest in a potential future. And we need the pro tours to be as wealthy as possible. So
exactly.
I know we live in hard times. However,
Europeans are travelling over there. It's costing them 10 to 15,000 euros, pounds.
Some of the girls, I don't know all the details. Some of the women will have some help from their ball manufacturers and other sponsors. That's brilliant, and long may that continue. However, do need more money into the prize funds. Just to give you some.
Do we have the top earner on the PWBA?
Yeah, was Hu Fenway. Yeah, she earned just under $100,000.
And how much did EJ win this year? Like what? 300 plus?
Yeah, something like that. 3 to 4 times as much. The top 2 ladies won over 90,000 or just around about 90,000. To give you some other numbers, I looked at the Europeans or European. Yeah. So Verity finished 7th with just over $45,000. Dasha Kovalova finished in 16th with just over $28,000. Diana Zavalova, 22nd, just over $21,000. Nora, 43rd, just under 10,000. And Daria, 45th, just over 9,000, nearly 9,500.
I mean, it's not terrible for, a few months' work, is it? In terms of, tournament schedules.
It's not a living though, is it? For a lot of people.
Not.
And, once you take out expenses and, practice costs and everything else that goes along with achieving those dreams. The 10th person on the list earned 38,000. Is that a good enough incentive for, the 16 and 17 and 18-year-old girls that we have in our country, for example, who, we've talked to Jess last time, whose ambition is to go out on the tour, maybe 3 or 4 years' time after her education. Is 40,000, if you're in the top 10, enough of incentive to say, well, I'd rather do that than go and get a job?
Well, I think these players need jobs in order to support day-to-day life, and the tour earnings are, a top-up. So are they professional? By definition, technically semi-pro, because they're not earning a living.
Well, if you earn, if more than 50% of your earnings is from the sport, you are a professional.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. There's probably 5 players in that can consider themselves taking the most.
Once you take out costs.
I mean, Izzy Allen's just completed her university degree and she's now staying on as an assistant coach.
Yes. Yeah. So she'll be getting a salary from there.
For that.
Who knows what
and
that is.
Competing on top.
Maybe 20, 25, 30,000, depending on what it is. From what I know, it may be a completely different thing, but
what we're saying,
we need a lot more money in the game.
We need more money in the game.
So,
how do we do that? Again, please, we're opening this up to the room.
Somebody like Verity, Daria, and others who have, massive social media, YouTube, TikTok accounts they get hundreds of thousands of views and followers. They'll also be making money off the top. Are they earning more money from those things than the actual tour? Is it becoming more important to be a bit of a social media star?
Yeah, all you have to do is look at the social media. Brad and Carl, for example. Yeah, I would imagine that they're making more money from YouTube than they are on the tour.
Sure. Yeah, because they haven't done very well lately.
Even the likes of Darren Tang. He's over 100,000 subscribers, so he's got a good following.
Is it almost that the PWBA or the PBA is more of a sort of a tool to drive your YouTube channel or whatever it may be?
Let's look at Belmo, incredible business mind in terms of bowling, as well as being a top tier athlete.
Yeah, so
he
does well on both sides of the fence.
Yeah,
so
he's just set up that is it Bowlers Link?
Yep.
Yeah, and that's one of many projects that he's done over the years. I bought one of Belmo's bloody NFTs and I got
Did you?
Yeah.
You mug.
Oh, that's all right. I bought 2 and then sold one for twice the price, so it cost me nothing. So, yeah.
Don't hear about NFTs very much now, do you?
I don't know.
I wonder what that is.
Waste of time.
There's the first swear word. On no strings attached. It probably won't be the last.
No, I apologise. I will.
It won't be a regular thing. How many EJs can we get?
Yeah, how many EJs?
Over the course of a year.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
can we get more of them than he does wins?
Is this the new Lily?
Let's not talk about that. I didn't want you to bring that up. We were talking earlier about lilies and people being photographed when they've left a lily. 5, 7, 10 for those who may not realise. Is it good? Is it nice? Is it bullying perhaps?
So we have this trend in the UK where if you leave a lily 5, 7, 10, you get laughed at and somebody will take your photo and share it on social media. Thomas Gross riding a ditch has been, I would say, heavily involved in the Hall of Shame, as he's dubbed it.
He has dubbed it that.
And, from my perspective, I think it's hilarious, mainly because I haven't left one myself. So until I do, it's still hilarious. The first day I do leave a lily, probably not so much, and I may change my opinion on this. But yeah, it's friendly banter in my eyes. I think it's harmless.
You know, I may come across as boring or grumpy old man here. Yes, you know, take the mickey out of people if you're in the building with them.
Yeah.
You know, have no issue with that really. However, taking a photo or potentially sort of encouraging and cajoling people into be having a photo taken stood in front of a lily, and putting it on social media and opening them up to potential ridicule from people they don't know necessarily, you know, is that necessarily the right thing? This is not a criticism of you, Thomas. This is just a general observation of this culture that's produced, you know, that's sort of erupted in our country. I'm not sure if it happens anywhere else.
So to our international viewers, does this sort of thing happen in, you know, league, in general play, practice, you know, club events, tournaments, anything like that? Obviously probably not tournaments. I don't think I've ever seen anyone take a photo of a lily at a tournament.
I have.
Have you?
Yeah, you know, delayed the tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that
a few
I think
minutes
is out of order.
If
it's league or practice, you know, is what it is. I don't see any harm being caused currently. If it transpires that some people don't like it, then what you need to do is say, I'm not having a photo taken, and leave it at that. Yeah.
And not everyone is either confident enough to say that or realise that they can. And, you know, if you've got adults sort of, you know, a 15-year-old, say, or something, or even younger than that, have left a lily and, you know, adults, oh, let's take a picture, come on. And they're not going to say no. Very few are going to have the confidence if it's somebody they know, or, you know, I'm not sure it's the best thing. I'm not sure it's a good thing. But in the centre, at the time,
yeah,
you know, if your teammate leaves a lily, and, you know, when John Lawless in Shipley, Lily Lawless, as his nickname became, leaves a lily, everyone will take the mickey out of him because he's there and he's in person and he's an adult. And he can turn around and go, you know, the same thing to you when you put in the gutter or leave a lily or leave a 5-pin or whatever it may be.
But then
adult to adult, in person, bit of fun, bit of banter, fine. When it's adults cajoling the kids, I'm not so sure.
So are we saying then that this is a Lily specific issue in terms of the distribution on social media, or is it the same as putting your hand up when somebody leaves a 5-pin?
Well, that's just a stupid thing.
They're both.
Don't get me started on that.
Yeah, but like, you know, I think it's...
We'll be talking about strings next.
Well...
Next time.
Episode 5. Coming soon. So, again, what do you think? I'm personally like, it's harmless fun until somebody says something and it becomes a bigger issue. I think it's harmless. Mark disagrees with me.
Just, you know, I just worry about things.
Yeah, but I worry
can easily turn into negative, and, you know, I don't want to make it, you know, it's bullying, but I think social media can be very negative at times and very, you know, not a nice place. So I think we've got to be a bit careful and a bit aware, and, you know.
I'm not going to lie, I'm a bit jealous I'm not in the Hall of Shame.
Well, I'm surprised you're not.
Yeah, me too.
Really surprised.
It's my only claim to fame.
You know, and I think it's a bit boring now.
Is it just the fact that a lot of people leave lilies and you're fed up of seeing it on your social media feed?
Maybe. Maybe that's part of it.
We need a new challenge, right? Put your suggestions in the comments of this video and I will start.
Double gutters.
Yeah, double ditches.
However, same rules apply.
Funnily
Do not cajole the, you know, don't bully the kids or make it.
Understand.
You know, don't just open. You know, just be wary of where we're putting these pictures and who can comment on them and things like that.
Yeah. So it's funny that you mentioned about the double ditches and things. So in Thursday Night League in Norwich, we used to have, Bruno used to do a league write-up every week. Yeah. Now, this was genuinely, like Bruno's been writing in the paper about bowling when I was a kid in YBC. You know, I've got the newspaper cuttings of him summarising some of the achievements that we had as kids in there. You know, we've grown up with Bruno always writing about bowling, right? Recently, within the last couple of years, people have considered Bruno's write-ups being bullying. Right, and I say this loosely. It's not, in my opinion, and I will stand by that. And I've already been quite outspoken about my support for for Bruno and the team. There's a thing called the FBG files, yeah, little spin on the FBI or that sort of thing, right? Quite funny. If on a Thursday night you rolled a first ball gutter, you went down on the list, right? And then it would be like, at the end of the season, who's got the most first ball gutters? Now that is a title I've come close to winning. Okay, right. So, every week when Bruno writes his report, you go and read through it. It's really tongue in cheek. It's just funny, and some people in this county have taken offence to it, and ultimately, I kind of don't get it. Yeah, no, I don't get it. It's always been there. It's always been a bit.
It's much the same thing, I suppose. 5 pins, lilies, first ball gutters. Taking the mickey is something that people seem to be more and more easily offended by.
I think that's the trend.
I think just the world has changed.
Yeah.
And you just maybe it's a good thing because if we're more aware of how people feel generally, maybe we can actually, treat people better. I mean, having a bit of banter between your mates where everybody effectively knows the rules, that's fine and what's expected. And either, as adults, you get to know what the rules are and you either say, yes, I like them or no, I don't like them. I don't want anything to do with this. Maybe it's not a bad thing that's, not widely spread. There's a very fine line. Social media, I'm going to get on one now. Social media has taken your matey comments and all the thoughts that are in your head that normally, previously might not have been stated. They take them out of there and take them from the environment that they're in, and far more easily you put them out into open air and you put them out so that everybody can hear them, everyone can see them, everyone can understand what you're thinking or not thinking. And sometimes that's a brilliant thing. But there's plenty of opportunity or plenty of times when it's really not. And I think we just got to be careful. That's all I'm really saying. Just be a little bit wary of what you're posting and who it is. And, is everyone really on the same page as you are? What you find funny is not necessarily what I find funny. And
that's a fact.
That's definitely a fact. So, we've just got to be a little bit conscious of that, I feel.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Anyway,
let's move on. Let's go back to bowling, shall we?
PBA Sweden.
We're going to talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about that.
We had someone from England who went to all 3 PBA regional events in Sweden and did rather well, I feel.
Again.
Yeah. Not just in Stockholm, which was the last event where he finished 7th, and we're talking about Mr. Daniel Harding.
Yeah.
Who has finished 4th in the previous event, and he finished.
Is that a really good season?
Yeah, he was 3rd in the rankings.
Yeah,
with 70 points, with joint 2nd actually, behind. I had it up. Mr. I think it's Joachim Carlson was 1st.
Yeah. He bowled good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun watching him.
So.
But no, Dan made the semi-finals of, I can't remember which one it was.
He was Scorpion in
where he lost to the winner, David Arna. Yeah. So that was a phenomenal achievement, and then he's gone on to the Badger, and he was 7th. Yeah.
So the main standings in those tour, Joachim Carlson was 92 points. Anton Anderson.
Yeah.
Of IS Gotha, 70 points.
Oh, Anton
teammate
bowled really, really well in that event.
Daniel Harding.
Yeah.
And
to be
70
fair,
points.
Look at all of them from IS Gotha. I've
just noticed that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Arna 68th. Gotha. Robin Pearson 64 in 5th place. Then you had Carl Eklund, who's IKW stroke copying. I don't know how to say. I can't speak any Swedish. No. 56 points, and then Carl Walgren have got in 7th. Robert Norberg 8th. Emil Svensson, Pontus Andersson, Albin Lindberg, and the list goes on and on and on.
But IS Gotta had a fantastic day out. That was a very nice day out for them. So, and I'm sure, Patrick, you're very, very proud of your team.
I think give a shout out to Dan. He's giving it his best. He's looking, he's got his goals. He wants to go and perform at the highest level. He wants to go and play on the PBA. So he's giving himself chances. He's working with some good people who are, going to help him, I'm sure. Yeah. So fingers crossed, him and Ben and maybe other people will go out on the PBA and,
certainly
represent England in it, and hopefully we'll get more champions.
And he's going to Lucky Larson amongst a few other people as well.
I think we might talk about on the next pod, because it's in a week and a half's time. Well, it starts this week.
Yeah.
Finals in about 10 days' time.
Yeah, around the bank holiday weekend.
Yeah.
So anyway, until next pod, where we talk a little bit about Lucky Larson, let's talk about some up and coming events. Youth Triple Crown at Stroud.
Youth Triple Crown.
On home turf.
Yeah. Come on, England.
Does the home field advantage, is that going to come into play here? Stroud is a tricky centre for you.
Stroud is a tricky centre sometimes. The lefties do very well there, it would seem. Ben Robinson, surprise, does well there. Hadley, a couple of lefties, but it's not to say that they, you can't win when you're right-handers. Brandon's done well there. Stevie T's done well in that building, but
it's a tricky centre to play in there, isn't it?
So let's give a shout out, shall we, to the teams. So for the England under-16 boys, their team is Russell Day from Ashby YBC. Woo-hey. Ethan Hockney, also from Ashby YBC.
Did you say Ethan?
Kieran. What did I say, Ethan?
Yeah.
Kieran Hockney, beg your pardon. Kieran Hockney. Then we have a couple of Leightons. We have Bobby Leighton and George Leighton from Chesterfield YBC. Okay. Those 4 lads make up the under-16 boys team. Their coach will be Russell Semple. The under-16 girls team.
Said well done, coach.
Yeah, well done, coach. Not his first rodeo.
No.
So good experience. Under-16 girls, we have Chloe Birch and Holly Birch from Chesterfield YBC.
Nice.
Anna.
So hang on, we got a pair of brothers and we've got a pair of sisters. No way. When was the last time that happened?
That's a good question. Right, just to complete the girls' team.
Yeah.
We have Ava Richardson from Dunstable YBC in the under-16s, along with Abby Rose from Shipley YBC.
Nice.
Young two-hander. Their coach will be Martin Woodworth. Again, plenty of Triple Crown experience from mine.
Yeah.
The under-19 boys team is Cameron Brown from Dunstable. Elfie Humphrey from Dunstable. Ben Marston from XL YBC in Sunderland.
Yeah.
And Riley Taylor from Lewisham YBC. Well done to all those guys. Your coach, well, you know who your coach is, I'm sure. But their coach is Steve Thornton. I think he's got a bit of experience, that man.
Touch.
And then the under-19 girls team is Ava Andrada from Guildford. Lefty. Ruby Collins from Dunstable YBC. Jasmine Snowball, Eastbourne YBC, and Grace Thomas from Shipley YBC.
Do we know if Jasmine's bowling with a thumb out?
She is.
Good.
Yes. And her coach is Darren Knightsbridge.
Nice.
So he's just been on the EBF level 1 course with me the last 4 days. So
nice. Supporting.
Yeah. He's done a lot of coach training over the years.
Love it.
Yeah. Good guy. So
first and foremost,
come on, England.
Get on it. Let's go. What do you reckon our chances are, Matt?
Well, I'm led to believe that the under-19 girls section is only has a full England team. Speaking to Jasmine last week,
Right.
Iceland are definitely not sending a girls under-19s.
No.
And I tried looking earlier. I couldn't find details of Scotland and Ireland, but
Are Belgium joining
no,
us this
they're
year?
not.
No?
They're not. They didn't last year either. So the under-19 girls may already have won the team. That might what I'm led to believe.
Right, okay.
Other than that, I think there's full teams from all
everyone
nations.
else.
So I'm happy to say the under-16 boys from Iceland are the same four that I looked after last year with the rest of the team, and they came away with the shield. So
Very strong team.
they're a good team. It'll be interesting to see what happens with them. There's some young players here that, you know, it's their first event, first England shirt event. So the weight of the shirt can weigh heavily.
So, coach, right? 2 pieces of advice that you've got for this rookie England team. I think it's fair to say.
Enjoy, have fun. Number one, enjoy it and have fun. There's pressure. There's pressure from your head, and there's pressure from, you know, your parents or your colleagues, and you know, you're not in control of what others think or what others expect of you. What you are in control of is how you choose to face the event, prepare for it, think about how you're playing and what it means to you. You're in control of, you know, how you react to moments when it's going a bit harder than you want, and you're also in charge of how you react when it's going better than you want. So, you know, choose to enjoy it, choose to, you know, forget the bad shots, choose to forget, you know, if you know, maybe you're not going to win a gold medal. Maybe you don't win a gold medal in the first event. Maybe you don't get maximum points in the first event. So, you know,
every pin counts, and just
never let the previous event, you know, affect the next one.
For sure.
So for the rookies, go and enjoy it, soak it up. You know, you just
take all of the experience you can.
You're just playing with your mates and just trying to, you know, beat the score the person on the other lane has. So
I've just opened up the door, so excuse me a minute.
A few moments later.
We are joined by a special guest. We're filming right now, Peachy.
Are you actually filming right now?
Yeah. I just
Peachy lad.
stopped our podcast.
Okay.
All right, pull up a chair, Peachy. Come on.
What do you want me to? Oh, okay.
Let's get him in.
Come say hello to Mark.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, pull up a chair, Peachy.
You alright?
Yes, mate.
That's right. We'll end it. We'll work it up. Right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Kallum Peach.
Hello.
Right, so we were just talking about the.
Hold on.
Doesn't matter. We were just talking about youth triple crown. As a youth bowler who has bowled many European events, I'm not actually sure you've bowled a triple crown. Actually,
Never bowled a triple crown.
You've never
One
bowled a
of
triple crown.
2 ever.
Yeah,
To
bowled 2
bowl
EYCs.
2 EYCs and no triple crowns.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy, isn't it?
Who never picked you for Triple Crown then?
Don't know. I'm looking at it right now. No, I'm pretty sure I got.
That would have been me, one of them for sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got picked a few times, but I just didn't. It just didn't entice me. I felt like that was more for the development sort of side
Okay.
of the England squads.
You're lucky because we're coming to the end of the podcast, right? So I've just asked Mark a question, like, as for the rookies that are starting their Team England international kind of careers now, what was a couple of pieces of advice? You know, having gone to the European Youth Championships twice, what would you say to
And one medal.
with one medal? Yeah. What would you say to new bowlers putting the England shirt on for the first time? Can you tell maybe a couple of key things that you felt as an athlete and how you dealt with them?
It's a good question. I always try to encourage the team, like no matter what was going on, if we were bowling really bad or really good, you know, it was always something you had to kind of keep the spirit high.
So support each other,
just
have each other's backs, keep your head up type thing.
Yeah. And that's what kept us in Vienna, you know, like there was a couple of
Vienna.
heads dropping, and I felt like myself and a couple of the others were like really trying to, since obviously the girls won one, we thought, oh well, we can't
not now.
Yeah. So that was always
So there you go.
on my mind anyway.
From European medalist, Mr. Kallum Peach.
Surprise
Celebrate
guest.
everything.
Yeah. Surprise guest.
Spontaneous guest, right?
Before I come solo.
Yeah, keep your head up, celebrate every pin, and look after each other, and be a team. All right. So best of luck, Team England. We'll all be supporting you. Maybe a possibility of Mark making an appearance to EBC.
Definitely, I will be there.
He will be there.
So
all right.
that may be good news or bad news.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. At least he's not with Iceland this year.
No, but I'm going to go and just
go
see
to
some
support
people
her.
I haven't seen for a while
There you go.
and support England.
Yeah.
Traitor
nice.
over here.
No, he's not.
Wow.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining the No Strings Attached podcast. I'm Tristan, that's Mark, and special guest, Kallum Peach. Anyway,
Thanks for watching.
thanks for watching. Please subscribe.
See you later.
Love you. Bye. Done.
Peachy lads, good to see you.
You alright?
Yeah.